So we will do the apprentice lab first. We will try to do as much as we can today. And next is practitioner lab. It is kind of easy labs. And then the experts lab. Uh, that might take a day for one lab. Okay. So my basic idea is to solve these labs is to get a thinking or get you on a methodology that how to do or how to think that we can find the XSS payload in the website, XSS vulnerability. Okay, so we will start solving this lab. You just have to click on the access the lab. And, it will take some time and open a lab. This is basic reflected accesses lab without non-encoding. This lab contains a simple reflected XSS. Okay, and we have to solve this lab by uh, doing a function, alert function, and that. Okay, so our lab is activate now. Can you tell me where should I try to find the vulnerability in this page? So wait, you can't see. You can see my screen now. Okay. So, can you all tell me where should I first try to find the vulnerability in this page? This is kind of a lab, easy lab, input field. Okay, here. Okay, if I searched hello in this page, you can see that our search query is reflected back here. Okay, if we try to inspect this page, you can see that our search query is here. Make it bigger so you can see properly. So you can see that our query is going into H1 tag. You know some basics of HTML. So what payload should I write to pop up an alert function in this site? This is an H1 tag. So what payload should I write? Anybody tell in the labs, in the chat box? Guys, you are very late. Those who are joining now, please be on time from tomorrow. So basically, we have started our first lab. So those who have joined now, we have started our first lab that is reflected accesses, and we have searched a query, a hello, in the search button, and the our searched query is returned in an H1 tag. So can anybody tell how to write a payload so that we can pop up an alert function JavaScript function. Can anybody tell in the chat or should I do it? Do you know basics of HTML, CSS or JavaScript? Please type yes or no in chat so I can do accordingly. No, I am telling what JavaScript payload should I write to get a pop-up function in the lab. Okay, he's telling me to write alert, but nothing happened. It just printed alert. We want a pop-up function. So basically, I will solve this and tell how it is done. Okay. Do you all know basics? Yes, Anamika is right. Okay, okay. So basically, if we write the script tag and a function alert, what it will do, it will tell the browser that this is a JavaScript code and please execute it. And if we typed it, it will say like this pop-up says 1. Okay, and we have solved this lab. What it has done, like we were in H1 tag. Okay, if we wrote a script in this search bar, we wrote script alert 1 and ended the script. So by writing this payload, the browser thought that this h1 tag is over and he thought, oh, another function is there, another script is there. So it will execute it and end the h1 tag. This is not like SQL, it will throw an error or not. It will just think that this h1 tag is over here and the new tag, script tag is there, so execute it. Okay, do you all get it or should I explain again? This is basic reflected XSS in that your search query is going to the backend and returning back and saying that h1 tag is over and a new tag script tag has been introduced and please execute it, and it executed and we have seen the pop-up function. Do you all get it? Please type yes or do a thumbs up so I can understand that. Only two of you are getting, not everyone. Vivek, you have a doubt or what? Okay, what about others? Do you all get it? Okay, we can go to another lab. It is very basic lab. Do you all get it? So we will move forward. And this is now a lab stored XSS. Okay, without with no nothing encoded. Okay, this lab contains the stored XSS in this side. If you all get stuck in labs, there is a solution and a walkthrough where you can see that how the lab is solved. So in future, if you got stuck in any of the lab, you can reference it and learn something new about that. Okay, this is a new lab opened. So there is no search functionality in this lab. Okay, so where should I in, input my payload? There is a view post function. If we click in the URL, okay, somebody is saying URL, but if we see that there is a comment functionality in this, okay, we can try that. First, we can inspect that how this website is working. If we see that there is a p tag, okay, everybody can see that there is a p tag and some text is gibberish text is written. If I tried entering my script tag basic, should it work or not? It will work or not? Please tell it will work or not. Yes or no? Okay, if we entered it, we will try here writing script alert script. Why we are writing in the comment section? Can anybody tell? Can anybody tell why we are writing the script payload in the comment box, not in the URL? Okay, he is correct because it is a stored XSS and comments will be stored in the database. Yes, you all are getting. Just filling random data, and if we post a comment, oh my mistake, sorry, I didn't complete my payload. Congratulations, you have solved the lab. But I didn't see a pop-up coming. If I visited again on this post where I have posted a comment, now you can see the payload is working. Okay, so anybody who is visiting this lab can see my pop-up message, can see my XSS payload. Okay, yes, you are absolutely correct. Now everybody is getting what I am trying to teach. Okay, let's move on to the next lab, and this is a DOM XSS. Okay, Here you can see there is a source and sink. Okay, can you tell what is source and sink, which I taught yesterday? Can anybody tell in chat that what is source and sink in DOM XSS? Come on guys, I taught you yesterday. Okay, source is entry point and sink is execution. Very good. Source is entry point and sink is execution point. Excellent. Okay. First, I type hello here. If I typed normally here my payload, what do you think? It will get executed or not? Why it didn't get executed? Can anybody tell in chat? Goes inside heading. Somebody is saying it needs to be entered in URL. But it's a DOM XSS lab. And do you think URL will work in DOM? What is basically DOM XSS? Can anybody tell? Can anybody tell what is DOM XSS? Why it is different from reflected? Can anybody tell? It's client side, I think. No, XSS vulnerability is whole client side. Reflected is also client side. Stored is also client side vulnerability. DOM is also client side. What is the difference between reflected and DOM based vulnerability? DOM based XSS. I told you yesterday. No worries. I will tell again. DOM is basically front end vulnerability. Okay. DOM XSS. Your payload never goes to the backend server. Okay. In reflected, in first lab you have seen if I searched hello, it goes to the backend and it come back. But in this lab, DOM based lab, your query is never going in the backend. if you can see this script function, what it is saying that window.location.search, what we are searching here is getting picked up and entered in this image tag. So it's never going back in. And can anybody tell what is source and sink in this script? Wait, I will copy whole script. It is getting mixed up. Okay. Can anybody tell what is source and sink in this script? This highlighted script I have marked. Did you guys are getting what I'm trying to say, or should I change? Guys, wait, because if you can't communicate, so how would I get that you are getting my point or not? Should I unmute you all, or you are comfortable with the typing in the chat box? Image is sync. Okay. And what is source? Document.write is sync. You can show the highlighted script in a second. Okay. Are you able to see? One second. You guys are able to see it now? Okay. Yes, it is correct that. So let me explain this. Okay. This is bit tricky. Okay. This window.location.search function, okay, is source. And how it is source? Because you can see in the line window.location.search is the search functionality. What you are typing or giving the query is getting from this function window.location.search, and it is sending that query to this image tag by seeing this query. Okay, you can see that image source is resources slash images slash tracker dot gif question mark search term plus query. So what we are typing in this is going is getting added in this image source. Okay, so our source is this where we enter the payload, and where it gets executed is the sync. And this whole functionality is front end only, because every time you can think of like If you search in Amazon, every time your search function is not fetching the data from backend. It has some cache in it, or it has the function is front end built in that if the user is searching something, you can show it them. Are you all getting it? Please type yes or no, or should I repeat it again? Okay, you all are getting. So can anybody tell me what would I write a payload to get a pop-up function in this? You can see the code that if we search this anything like hello, it will be added in replacement of this. So what should we write that? If we write hello, it will all be removed from here and hello will be like this. Okay. If we type hello, it will be added in the image source like this. Can you see that? Okay, Ankit is correct. Can I know, Ankit, why this payload will work and not the script tag will work? If you type this, you might know why the on error will work and not this one will work. Our basic script payload. Why this will not work and your image and on error will work? Can you tell why? Wrong image path is okay, but why our old traditional script tag will not work? I am asking that. Why it will not work and image payload will work? I am asking that. I know your payload is correct that wrong path error it will generate an alert, but why? Why this will not work? I am asking that. Can anybody tell that? Yes, 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 it is very correct because HTML is an event, HTML event handler. Okay, so what it is basically because we are already in a tag. You can see image tag is open but never closed. We are still in the tag only. So we can't open another tag when we are inside a tag. In the previous payload, like we were searching like this, okay? What we were searching was going in between these tags. If we searched script, it was going like this. In our previous payload, you can see that we were in not inside an h1 tag. We were in between the h1 tag. And in HTML language, if you are not inside a tag, you can add another tag. Okay. So in previous labs, our old script tag will work, but in this case, we are inside of a tag, already inside of a tag, image tag. So we can't open just like another tag and execute our payload. So what we will do, we will craft a payload like this image tag src equals to x. We are pointing like the our image source src is source. Okay, we are pointing like src is source, and source is we are specifying it as x, and on error it should alert 1. What this payload is doing, we are specifying our source is x, and if not x, given function JavaScript, we can pass a JavaScript function in this. Okay, on error, if this image is not found, please throw an error alert plus 1. Okay, are you all getting it? Are you all getting it, or should I repeat myself? Only 2, 3 students are getting it. What about others? Should I repeat? Okay, if we searched fail on error, if we searched 1 second, I have a call, I have to take it 1 second. Sorry for that, it was an urgent call. So where were we? Okay, so what payload should I write to get an alert pop-up? Can anybody tell? If we typed anything here, it will get a error. So what should we write a payload? Can anybody tell? To get a pop-up. Oh, sorry, my bad. Are you all, are you all can see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Okay, my bad. What payload should I write to get a pop-up function? Our search query is going here, okay? Okay, if I try this, search for this image or on error equals to alert 1. Okay, is this correct? If we type this here, nothing wrong. Okay, somebody is saying this. Okay, we can try that also. Nothing works. Think, guys. It also don't. Guys, try to think yourself that what should we write? The code is in front of you. The solution. Okay, you can try that. No, it didn't work. Okay, this we have tried, but didn't work in future. Can anybody tell, or should I solve that? Okay, let me explain this. What is happening here? What we are trying to search is like going like this. Okay, so what we can do, like if we try to close this, okay, and introduce a new script tag, what we did, let me explain this. This is our payload. Why this will work? Because you can see that one double quotes is already present. So we will enter another double quote and end the image tag by closing this, and we will introduce our new script tag. We know that if we are in a tag, we can't introduce another tag. But if we close that tag, we can write our own tag, okay? Are you all getting what I'm trying to say? If we write this, you can see that the pop-up will open. Okay. How it is working, you will see. As you can see here, our search term was going here, okay, in the image tag. So we close this by this double quote and a close bracket. We closed this from here and we introduced a new script tag, and the rest of that which was here by default was left here, which is printing here. Do you all getting this? Monica got that, Murgesh got that. Please, everybody type yes or no if you are getting it or not. Okay, we can move to another lab. This is also DOM lab. Okay, DOM XSS. In an inner HTML, Swing and source. Okay, this lab contains the DOM XSS cross-site scripting vulnerability in the search block functionality. Okay, it is specifying already that there is a vulnerability in the search block. Okay, we'll access this lab. Okay, so type hello. It is basically printing hello. Now it is printing. We can see that. Okay, now it is in a span ID. Our search string is printing. Okay, okay. Let the script saying vendor.location.search. This is the source and this is the string. Okay, the inner HTML function is equals to the query. Okay, and what we are searching is the window.location.search. Okay, can anybody tell what we can try in this lab? Can anybody tell what we should do? Okay, I will only explain. If you don't get it, please tell me. Okay, there is a edge case in this lab that in span tag you can see what we are searching is going in the span tag. If there is an edge case in this, in span tag in HTML, basically you can't open a script tag in the span tag. There is a edge case that we can't run the JavaScript in this span tag. Okay, we can run our JavaScript code in the h1 tag, p tag, a tag, but we can't do that same in this span tag. So what we will do is we will use the we can't use the JavaScript script tag. Okay, so what we can do, we will do an image tag ing src equals to x on error, please load alert 1. If we do that, it will work because it will search what it does. See, in span tag we introduced our new tag, image tag, and on X, if X image is there, loaded or on error, give an alert function of 1. Yes, Anamika is correct that in inner HTML tag, we can't run JavaScript. Functions like get element by ID. This is DOM based attack. First lab we did was an reflected lab, second was stored, and another two are DOM based. In get element by ID, inner HTML tags, we can't use JavaScript or we can't run JavaScript in these tags. In span tag, we can't do that. So what we can use to execute our payload? Functions like on click, on error, on context menu, on mouse over. We will see in the future labs that on mouse over, these all functions we will use to leverage the payload. Are you all getting that? How we solve this lab? It was quite easy. You can do that at home, practice that. Please type yes or no if you are getting or not. Okay, okay. We should move in another lab. Another lab. Again, it is a DOM XSS lab. Now it is a jQuery. It is very outdated lab, but we will solve it. Because jQuery, nobody uses jQuery nowadays. What this lab says, this lab contains a DOM-based cross-site scripting vulnerability. In the submit feedback page, it uses jQuery library's $selector function to find an anchor element and changes its href attribute using the data from the location.search. Okay, this is the source, and this will be the sink where href uh, query will be going to be executed in the href. Okay, to solve this lab, mark the backlink alert document.cookie. Now we have to alert a pop-up of a document.cookie in a submit feedback function. Okay, do you all are getting what this lab is trying to say? Basically, this lab is trying to say that there is a vulnerability in the submit feedback page where what you are typing there is going in the href tag. Okay, and that href tag is the sink. You can see it in this function location.search is the source and href is the sink. First, we will try to normally save that. If we submitted this, you can see nothing here. Okay, where did our search go? So, okay, function href. Okay, this was not location dot search. Href. And what is it going to do? Okay, submit feedback and date and href is new. Okay, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Maybe you can try image export. Okay, now here we can use on mouse over, I guess. It is an event handler. Okay, now here we can use image source Y. Okay, but where should I use? Can anybody tell? Where? Where did I search for? Okay, here it is. On error is perfect. Since image invalid goal, so on error. Oh, I'm a security researcher. Guys, leave that aside. Now, see what I'm trying to explain. In this, if we fill the feedback form and submit it, and it was not showing here, okay? If we searched in the URL, it is showing that what we entered is going in the href tag. What this lab's description told that what you are trying to search in this location dot search is going in the href tag. and you can see I filled a form with hello, and it is showing that our hello is going in the href tag. And what is this hello showing? So how we can break this tag and enter our JavaScript malicious payload? Can anybody tell? On error security CP cookie. No, I did get that. If we look at the view page source, what it is doing, it is basically doing the location dot search and it is passing here slash feedback. Okay, return path. Okay, so what payload should I write so that this A tag gets over and our JavaScript payload gets executed? No, this is not correct. Can anybody tell how we can execute our JavaScript in an A tag, anchor tag? Anchor tag is basically a HTML tag. Okay, so how we can do that? Use JS payload. We will of course use JavaScript payload only, but can anybody tell how or what payload should I write? Okay, if we write JavaScript colon alert on one, it will get executed. Do you think what did I just wrote? Did anyone get that? See, basically we can't do this because what we are searching in that, what we are filling the data is going directly in the href tag. So we can't escape this tag. Are you getting that? Let me open this. Like, see, there is a tag a href. Okay, and you are trying hello in the search query, and it is going here. So we can't escape it. Yes, JavaScript, yes, exactly. So how we can execute our JavaScript code in the A tag is by writing by specifying that in the href tag that this is our JavaScript code here, and we are specifying that execute that code by specifying colon and by executing alert word. Okay, by specifying JavaScript and colon, we are telling the A tag, anchor tag that use we are specifying the JavaScript code here and execute after the colon. Are you all getting that? what I'm telling that is this is what we will search here will go in the anchor tag, and to execute the JavaScript in anchor tag we specify like this JavaScript and colon. By specifying that we will use JavaScript in the anchor tag, JavaScript function in the anchor tag, and by specifying alert 1. Okay, did I do it? I typed anything wrong? Can't see. Okay, that's all. JavaScript alert 1. Did you all get that? If we inspect that, should I see that? Okay, I can search. Okay, here is our payload. It is highlighted in blue. As you can see, it is telling the anchor tag that execute the JavaScript, and after colon there is a function execute that. Are you all getting that?